Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and welcome to the show, y'all. Today I'm going to tell you about these two brothers named Ty and D, right? Ty and D have different mothers, but the same father, right? Now, Ty, his mom, she's the mistress. She's the one that the pops always goes to see on the weekend, or on holidays, maybe one day out of the holiday, and then he goes back home, in the same state, in the same city, and pretty much right down the street from his brother D. Now, Ty and D, they don't know about each other until they were about 12 or 13 years old. But during that time, before they got to be 12 and 13 years old, Ty especially sees his father only on rare occasions, like I said, on the weekend, or maybe one day out of the holiday weekend. Like if it's Christmas, he might come by on Christmas Eve and drop all the presents off. On Thanksgiving, he won't even show up at all, Those are the main holidays that he would drop by. And other than that, he would see him in passing because, he wasn't a truck driver or anything like it, but he worked in the neighborhood driving the truck. He delivered on the local routes. But D got the benefit of his father being there the whole time. But both of them saw how their father maneuvered and played their parents against each other. The whole time they're watching, you got to keep in mind now, when you're young, you don't understand what's going on. So you're looking at this man, this father figure, the father, and you're looking up to him and you see him as somebody that you should emulate, that you should respect because he demands it. So once that's instilled in a child and then they start to look at the father a certain way, they start to think, I want to be just like Pops. I want to be just like Pops. So when both of them were in high school, they started to hang around each other because the parents, both of the mothers started to understand that this is not about them, it's about the kids. So they let them spend the night at each other's houses and all this and that. So they were like really brothers getting really, really close. So they both met girls in high school and junior high and started to date, but they had the same habits and attitudes towards women as their father did. They wasn't loyal to him because they didn't think that's what they should do. That's what they saw. They didn't treat them like they were special. They didn't treat them like they were queens because that's what they saw their father doing. They didn't understand that they were being disrespectful. They just thought this is how men do. This is how Pops does it. So I'm going to do it. So this is what they did. And as time goes on, they started to see, this is back in those 90s too, y'all. Let me bring it fast forward for you in a minute. But in those 90s, you start to see the dope start to penetrate into the high schools, into the neighborhoods and all this and that, right? And D, smart with numbers, real good with all that. Ty, he liked to spin. You understand what I'm saying? He likes to show off and all this and that, but he didn't have it. But D is nurturing those relationships. Now he ends up getting on with one of the local, kingpins. Dude is dumping it on him because he got access to the high schools. He doing things in the streets. And before you know it, D drops out of school. He don't have to go no more. He bringing in more money than Pops. He bringing in all kinds of money. And his mom's, she's digging it. And he got him a girlfriend now, and he loves her. He really cares about her. But this idea of how you treat a woman is stuck in his head. So he has another woman and another woman and another one on the side. He thinks this is what he's supposed to do, right? Now, Ty over here is doing the same thing, but he balling on the budget. So he gets with his brother, and his brother puts him on. He said, look, this you. So from 15, 16, 17, 18, they balling out of control. Now, when they step into the streets, for real, because, like I say, D had dropped out of school early, Ty kept going back and forth and all this and that, never really graduated anything like that. But once they both turned 18, look here, they were deep into the streets. And once they were deep into the streets like that, now things started to change and move. See, D had been nurturing these relationships with these street guys and doing all of these things in the streets that you do when you become an adult boy. You feel me? He got tested a few times. He paid somebody to take care of it. He's not a fighter. You feel me? But he understood the nature of the beast in the streets. If you don't fight, you pay somebody to fight for you. And it started to spread around that you can't just mess with D like that. But Ty? See, Ty didn't have it like that. So when he got tested, he fought back and he lost. But that didn't help him a lot. Because once he lost, they took what he had. And on the inside, he developed this animosity towards people like that. And then his brother D, he started to develop animosity towards him, resentment towards him, because they ain't treating him like that. He can't fight either, but he got bread to pay somebody to take care of business. So everybody's looking at D like he's somebody. So over here you got Ty looking at his own brother with resentment like, well, why don't they treat me the same way they treat him? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Time is passing by. They're deep into it. I'm talking about D has got bread. He balling for real. He's riding around in Mercedes Benz's, BMWs, whatever kind of car he could get his hands on. He got that much money where he's moving. His mama's living good. They done moved out the area. They got a big, nice house. You know what I'm saying? Ty, he's moved his mom into a nice area. Everybody is living from the outside looking in like really, really well. They got it like that. But Ty, some things going on the inside of him that nobody's noticing. Nobody's paying any attention to. 26, 27, 28, 29. They hit 30. Wait a minute. Y'all been balling since you were 15, 16 years old. Now you hit 30, and guess what happened? The feds came knocking at the door. The feds came knocking. They took him down. Put him in the headlock. Wait a minute, what they gonna do? D, the streets say, hold your tongue. Keep your mouth shut. Don't say nothing about the people that you're getting the bread from. Don't say nothing about them. But see, Ty got this resentment in his heart. It's Cain and Abel, y'all. He got this resentment in him. You understand? He feeling some type of way. D got money to pay the big time lawyers. He pays for Ty's lawyer as well. But see, Ty like, I don't need your handout, but you know you need help. So the lawyers are talking to Ty, telling him, look, we got this. But he's suspicious. He's thinking, wait a minute, D gonna make me take the fall, because they looking at about 60 years. They got caught with all kinds of stuff, right? He gonna make me take the fall, but D's trying to tell him, because he made his bond, both of them out of money. He said, bro, I got you. We going together. It ain't nothing that's gonna happen to you that ain't gonna happen to me. We gotta ride this out, because we gonna be straight once we get out. Just trust me. Ty tell him, I trust you. I believe what you're telling me. Then he went to the phone and he called the DA. And he told the DA he wanted to talk. But he didn't want his lawyer to know. He didn't want anybody to know. So the DA tells him, look, I'm going to send somebody down there that normally don't come down there, so won't nobody recognize him. So this DA, that's fairly new in the office, he goes down and he talks to Ty. Ty gives him the full blueprint. Next thing you know, is several people start getting picked up on the street. Wait a minute. Somebody's talking. Don't nobody know who it is. They check the books, because D got connections in the jail. They check the books. Wait a minute. The only person that's got a visit was who? Ty. It says a lawyer visit, but what's the name beside it? It's not his lawyer name, because D hired the lawyer. Wait a minute. He's talking. He's talking. But D's sitting there, he's thinking he can't be telling on me. I know he's not going to tell on his own brother. The day comes. They get the motion of discovery. D finds out that his brother has signed a cooperation deal with the DA. He going to testify against everybody. He going to testify against everybody. And D, he don't know what to do, because the streets call for this. The street call for his head. You don't do this. So he gets to Ty and he talks to him. He said, look, bro, chill. Chill. You can't do this to me. You can't do this to me. Now, the fact that they had went off the bond and put him back in jail and all this and that, it should have spelled out something to D. I left that part out. I'm going to throw that in there now. They went off their bond. That's how they ended up back in jail. And because they thought that D was going to try to run, once all this other information comes out. So when he gets to Ty and he's talking to Ty and he's telling Ty, look, man, we good. Just ride with me and trust me. Ty said it's too late. And he mouthed off. He said, You always thought you were better than me anyway. Now, D's caught off guard. He don't know where this is coming from. He has no idea that his brother been feeling this way for a while. So he walks away. And he tells him, he said, man, I love you. I always have, I always will. But what you doing, you're going to have to wear this. And it ain't going to be what you think. He said, I'm not going to do it, but that don't mean they won't. So watch yourself. So Ty, for the first time, he starts to feel the weight of what it is that he's doing, right? You mad at his brother. He mad at his brother, but what about all these other people? What they got to do with it? See, the DA playing him like a funky piano, you know? And he gives up the ghost. Give up all the business. So the day comes, it's time to go to court. It's time to go to court. 2 or 3 other guys got their charges dismissed because there wasn't nothing there. The others put in plea agreements because they didn't want to go and risk the chance of getting boatloads of time. And D does the same thing. He goes in there and he tells them he pleads guilty. He takes a dirty 30. Actually, it was 38. Ty, for all the racking and talking that he did, he got 27. 27 years, man. A couple of charges run together here and there, flipped upside down on his head and all this whole other kind of stuff. Next thing you know, they both land in the same penitentiary. Now see, D, a mild dude, he laid back. He don't really get down like that. He got money. I'm talking about, when I say money, put the zeros on the back of the check, y'all. He got it like that. Plenty bread. And see, get into the penitentiary, he's not affiliated. So some of the guys, they pull him over. And they tell him, look, it's going to cost you, while you here, $500 a week. It's good money in the penitentiary, y'all. Good money. And he had 2 or 3 of them charging him. And I'll never forget the day that I came walking through the hall one day and I seen them. They got him hemmed up by the ice cooler. And they said, Joe T, come and get you some of this money. I said, no, I'm good. I'm good. He looked at me, eyes wide open like a smoker and scared to death. He said, help me, without saying, help me. I kept walking because I knew if I intercede in that, I'm going to have to put it on the wood, and I ain't finna put it on the wood. I don't know him. I don't know him in the penitentiary. Look here, eat or be eaten, y'all. That's what it is. Don't let nobody tell you different. Don't let nobody tell you different. So check this out. Now Ty, he's having a problem. He on the other end of the compound, right? Everybody know what the business is. Now, D didn't put it out there first. The other guys did. The ones that took the plea, they put it out there. Dude was prepared to testify, right? He was prepared to testify. But they said, let's see the paperwork. He didn't actually do it, so ain't no paperwork. So they pulled out the motion of discovery. They see his name on it, but they like, look, it is what it is. So the blood's grabbing. They put him on. They put him on. Now he a blood. He part of the business with them, right? He think he's protected. He think he ain't got to worry about nothing because he down with the mob. Okay then, that's what you think. That's what you think. So he ended up getting into a couple of squabbles. Turns out, he ain't gonna run, but he can't fight. I never seen nothing like it, y'all. He just swinging like a windmill. Ain't hit nothing. So the brother that he was fighting one day, he just stopped and he leaned back and he watched him. He said, look at this, y'all. And then handed him a 2-piece and put him to sleep. Oh my. Then look here. Drug him by his ankles to the cell. When he drug him to the cell, throw a wad on him. And when he throw a wad on him, he said, these are the new rules now. Let me break it down for you. You clean up my cell, you wash my drawers, and you pay me $500 a week. If not, the next time I knock you out, I'm going to run up in you. I said, wait a minute, you told him that? He said, Joe T, I told him just like that. I said, bro, I've been knowing you a long time. It ain't how you get down. Why'd you tell him that? He said, I had to spook him. I said, did it work? He said, you know it did. You know it did. Said, my account is full of money, plenty of commissary. I said, I don't think I could have said that. I don't even talk like that. You understand what I'm saying? So check this out. Time goes on, right? A couple of years go by. They getting visits. They getting money. Both of them in the penitentiary getting money because the guys, the guys got D. The Bloods got Ty. They lock him in. Both of them locked in. And they both paying. D ain't even affiliated though, but he paying, but they going to visit. They getting that bag in. So once they start getting that bag in, D smart. He's smart. He said, I know what to do. If I get him on it, because some of the guys like to sneak and geek. No, they ain't supposed to be doing that. He get them on it. Once they start sneaking and geeking, he started controlling the road. He started slacking up on the payment. They said, well, instead of giving me the money, give me some dope. Give him just a little bit. Give him just a little bit. He started getting them at 5.2. Got him hooked. Putting stuff in it. He ain't had no business. So he go tell Ty, this is what you do. Give him this. We gonna make him sick. Then we gonna run the flow. That's what they did. But see, what happened one day was somebody hit the compound that's from the streets. They peeped the move. Now, Blood, he affiliated, you know what I'm saying? So he see what's going on, but he see both of them. He don't like now one of them. He really pissed that the Bloods put Ty on. They don't like that kind. So he getting at them. He telling them, look, man, ain't nothing on him, man. This dude was ready to talk. He know this from the streets. So he put hands on him. Run him off the compound. Then he go to the guys. He tell the guy, he said, look here, y'all. Man, look here. Dude, a real buster, man. He had one of my guys shot. He couldn't even take care of the business himself. Had him shot. He said, I got to have him. So brother them said, look here. If you can pay what he been paying us, do you. But if you can't, hands off. The Blood dude told him, he said, look here, man. I mess with y'all. I got the utmost respect. But y'all gonna have to do what you got to do to me because I'm going to get him. So brother them didn't believe this. They ain't believe it. So check this out. We in the chow hall. We walking through the line. They got that bird that day, right? On the bone. You understand what I'm saying? Crispy. So look, we walking through the line. Blood come through the line. He said, excuse me. Y'all, excuse me. Pardon me, Joe T. Excuse me. Wow. He get all the way up behind D. He up that butcher. D turn, he see the butcher. He strike out running. Ah! Gone. Blood chasing him down, swinging at him like he trying to cut him in half from the back. He keep barely missing it. The police, they running over there. They chasing behind him. He chasing D, the police chasing him. They catch up with him. They knock him down. He ain't trying to get no another charge with the police. He don't want that type of smoke. So when they tackled him, he just let the knife go and start yelling. He said, man, I'm going to get you, man. When I get you, I'm going to get you good. So now, Brandon on the sideline looking. I'm observing from a distance. You understand what I'm saying? They on the sideline looking. Said, well, I guess he was serious about that. I said, well, who going to pay y'all money? I started laughing at him then, you know, because they told him he better not do nothing unless he got to pay. But they not finna go charge him because dude's finna go to the hole himself. So they take Ty and D and they ship him to another penitentiary where it's way more laid back and cool and chilly. You understand what I'm saying? Several years go by, just rolling. Oh my goodness, guess what? Guess what happens? Well, time keep moving, time keep rolling. Time to go for parole. They go for parole, both of them denied. A couple of more years go by, they getting ready to go back up for parole, right? They done took all the classes they need to take, they done all the things they need to do. Plus Ty, he got an advantage. See, you get some points from the parole board if you cooperated with your case, right? So this next time he going up, the DA and them gonna be there to speak for him. You know what I'm saying? Try to help him get out. But look here, one day he's in the gym, he talking. People overhear him talking about he got one more run in him, y'all. He got one more run in him. He say he good for one more run, right? If you want to know how that turns out, you're going to have to tune in to the next episode, right? This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.